In today's Our Region's Business Online Extra, we're catching up with Jeff Broadhurst, the CEO of Eatn Park Hospitality Group. Jeff joined us our first Sunday on the air after the coronavirus crisis broke to talk about the impact on his company and the restaurant industry in general. And he's back with us today with an update. Hi, Jeff. How you doing?
Hey, Bill. Good. Good to see you again. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's been about 3 weeks since we had a chance to talk. I guess from an operational standpoint, how have you been getting by at Eatn Park?
It's been interesting for sure. And I must admit, right after I talked to you, I was talking to one of our board members, and her challenge to us was, how do we feed an entire city? And that's sort of what we've taken on as a challenge. And I know over the last couple of weeks, we've served takeout meals to Hello Bistro and Eatn Park. We've also fed essential workers who are working around the clock at our corporate accounts. And we've also delivered care kits and groceries to college students who are in isolation at college campuses that we serve at Broadhurst. And I think something even new since we've talked, which is really special to us, is we prepared more than 30,000 meals within the last 10 days for school-age children and their families. That's been pretty cool.
Well, because so many of the schools, obviously kids rely on school often for their one good meal of a day.
Yes, that's exactly right. And there was a real void there.
So how did that come about, and how has it worked?
You know, it came about probably just after you and I were on the air. We had conversations with United Way of Southwestern Pennsylvania, PNC Foundation, on how we could collaborate together to really fill the hunger gaps in the community as those gaps emerged. And actually, probably right before we started, I know the Duquesne School District reached out to Patrick Dowd, who leads Allies for Children, expressing very similar concerns. So within 24 hours, we were up and serving food into Duquesne alone. And now we're preparing over 1,800 meals for kids in Duquesne School District each week.
Do you stage that out of your restaurants? Is that the logistics? How do you make it work?
You know, it actually is out of both our Parkhurst locations, our Hello Bistro, and our Eatn Parks. And also what's neat is the program's been expanded to include some other food service providers like the Community Kitchen Pittsburgh, and then also Don Mahaney's Restaurant Scratch Food and Beverage out of Troy Hill, who's been tremendous through this. So we continue to expand it in other locations in the community, which has been outstanding.
I know when we talked before, you said having to close the restaurants, close the dine-in service had taken about 80% of your revenue. Have these other strategies helped to cushion the blow a little bit?
You know, they have. We've been fortunate that the takeout business continues to grow. Good Friday was one of our best takeout days only, being only 15% of our business because 80 or 85 is in dine-in. But it has slowly grown, and that's something I've never been more inspired over the last few weeks by our team members. They've done everything possible to adapt and also to adjust serving our guests, taking care of the community. And they've done it with passion and with a smile. And it's been just tremendous to watch.
Yeah, you talk about your team members. So those who are working, obviously, you have to think about them, their health, and their ability to work. You've also got to think about all the folks who had to be laid off. How are you handling all of that?
You know, we've done a lot of things, especially for the folks that are laid off. We've done a lot with taking care of their insurance, adding additional discounts, 40% discounts. We also allow team members that have been laid off to come in twice a week and get free food, take home to their families, and a number of other things as well. For the folks that are working and that want to work, and it's been tremendous. And that's the piece that I want to thank the community for. We've received overwhelming support from our neighbors, our guests, that continue to come in and get takeout from Eatn Park and Hello Bistro. And it means a lot to us to be able to continue to serve, and you mentioned it, food safely, and to also keep as many of our team members who want to work, working. And we really do appreciate that.
Yeah, you mentioned Duquesne, the school district. Do you think this school district model might be expanded elsewhere in the region?
You know, I know that it's a good question. We're actually this week just starting to serve Butler schools as well. So it's growing slowly. And at some point, I'm sure other cities will probably be involved too. Some are probably already doing it. But I know in this region, it continues to expand for sure.
And I guess for the short run, and we don't know how long the short run is, like everything else connected with this crisis, obviously still need the community support for those restaurants that they know and love and want to see here when it's all over with.
They do. And that's really what we appreciate. I know all the restaurants out there appreciate people dining out. There's only so many meals you can actually prepare at home and eat until you're really tired of that. I know, at least in my own household as well, you need to get some takeout periodically. We appreciate people doing that. Yeah, and it really is. And Bill, you know, the other thing is, I was thinking about this morning before we were going to talk here. As a lifelong Pittsburgh, I couldn't think of a better community to be part of. It really does show that we've got a tremendous community that all comes together in crisis like this. and it's been fun to watch. It's been fun to be part of it.
No, it has. That's been the gratifying thing when we're confronted with a crisis like this. Well, Jeff Broadhurst, keep up the good work, you and everybody at Eatn Park. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
Bill, thanks again. Stay healthy. Take care.
I'm Bill Flanagan, and that's today's Online Extra.